Tinker, a story by Miss Cindy Spirihana, retold by Room 115. In the very last house, on a very small road in a small village, there lived a tinker. Now a tinker is someone who likes to make things. Incredible, amazing, unbelievable things. The one in this village was an old woman, and every day you could hear the sound of a tinkling coming from her house. She was done making something, she would bring what she made to the center of the village, and the people gathered around. Said the people. Said the people. Oh, Tinker, what did you make? And she would show them whatever her latest creation was. One morning, the people listened to the sound of the very last house on the very last road and heard the sound of the tinker. Tink, tink, tink in the morning, tink, tink, tink at lunch, tink, tink, tink in the evening, all through the night, tink, tink. The tinker performed the latest creation to the center of the village, and the people got around. Said the people. Said the people. Oh, Tinker, what did you make? The tinker held up a giant red balloon. This balloon is filled with sunshine. The people watched, and as the sun rose, the balloon got bigger and bigger. By the middle of the day, the balloon was enormous. But as the sun went down, so did the balloon. And by evening, the balloon was flat. Flat as a pancake. Oh, Tinker, you're so sad. And the people turned around and went home. And the tinker sadly turned around and went back to her house, the very last house on the very last road. The next morning, once again, you can hear the sound of tinking. Tink, tink, tink in the morning, tink, tink, tink at lunch, tink, tink, tink in the evening, all through the night, tink, tink. The next morning, the tinker offered a new creation, and the people got around again. Said the people. Said the people. Oh, Tinker, what did you make? The tinker held up a giant sword. This shirt looks quite a bit like an ordinary shirt. Except, look, it's very stiff and it has giant muscles. This is a muscle. Anybody who wears it will feel extraordinarily strong. Will the smallest man in the village jump forward? I want to try it on. Wow, look, he looks enormous. His muscles are moving from side to side. Turned around, she grabbed her shirt. She slowly walked back to her home, the very last house on the very last road of the village. The very next morning, you could hear the tinking sound again. Tink, tink, tink in the morning, tink, tink, tink at lunch, tink, tink, tink in the evening, all through the night, tink, tink. Tinkle came forward with a new baby invention. All the people gathered around. Said the people. Said the people. Oh, Tinker, what did you make? This is super elastic, bubble fantastic, extra strong bubble gum. Want some? Oh, Tinker, I want a piece. Me too. Can I have one? Yes. I want a piece of extra strong bubble gum. Oh, give me one. I want a piece too. Sure, give me bubble. But as they chewed, they realized that the bubble gum was very strong. It was so strong that their teeth got stuck together. Oh, Tinker, you're so silly. Now get this gum out of our mouth. Oh no, let me make a phone call. That's it, we need to. It's an emergency. Please hurry. Oh, look at all that he came to help. Oh my, I'm going to use my pliers to get this gum out. Then Tinker turned Sally. She slowly walked back to her home, the very last house on the very last road of the village. And the next morning, there was no sound from the Tinker's house. The people listened, nothing. Said the people. Said the people.
I think he might be looking for the Tinker.
No, the Tinker is not sick. The Tinker has run out of ideas. No, that's not the problem. The Tinker has moved away. No, the Tinker is gone. The Tinker has passed away. The people in the village all began to talk about the Tinker. They talked and they talked and they talked, which is what the people of this village did best. And they talked so much that their talking turned into arguing. And soon the sounds of the people went like this. On that very same day, the king of the village who lived in the biggest house on the biggest road woke up. He opened his eyes, he opened his arms, and he opened his windows hoping to hear the sound of birds singing. But when he opened his window, all that he heard was the people of the village arguing about the Tinker.